Assalamualaikum and good morning. Today we will present about simple probability and progression. Before we start, let me introduce my group members. I'm Siti Nusafia, the leader of this group, with my members Rabiatul Adawiyah and Farzana.
I will present case study 1 regarding university program selection and enrollment. This case involved 100 applicants applying for either TESOL or architecture. Based on the question, 55% of students applied for TESOL while 45% applied for architecture. Among them, 80% of TESOL applicants and 75% of architecture applicants received offer letters. Then 90% of successful TESOL applicants and 85% of successful architecture applicants accepted the offer and enrolled. These three diagrams show all possible outcomes. First, students choose a program, then they either receive or do not receive an offer letter. Finally, successful applicants decide whether to accept the offer and enroll. For Part A, we were asked to find the probability that an applicant applied for TESOL, received an offer letter, and accepted the offer to enroll. We follow the TESOL branch in the tree diagram and multiply the probabilities along that branch. The calculation is 0.55 multiplied by 0.80 multiplied by 0.90, which gives 0.396 or 39.6%.
For part B, we need to use a formula PA multiplied PB multiplied PB to find the probability that a student applies for architecture but does not eventually enroll in the program. There are two possible cases. First, the student applies for architecture, is accepted into the program, but decides not to enroll. The probability is calculated as 0.45 multiplied by 0.75 multiplied by 0.15, which equals 0.05063. Second, the student applies for architecture but is not accepted into the program. The probability is 0.45 multiplied by 0.25, which equals 0.1125. Adding both probabilities together gives 0.1631 or 16.31%. For part C, we need to find the probability that a student accepts the offer and enrolls, regardless of whether they apply for TESOL or architecture. Students who apply for TESOL, the probability is 0.55 multiplied by 0.80 multiplied by 0.90, which equals 0.3396. For students who apply architecture, the probability is 0.45 multiplied by 0.775 multiplied by 0.85, which equals 0.2869. Adding these two probabilities together gives 0.68 to 0.68 or 68.29%.
Let's move to case study 2. For A, we need to find the total length of road paved by the crew every 15 weeks. Let's say the crew paved 1 km, 2 km, 3 km, 4 km, and so on. This can present as term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, and so on. We can see that the length increased by the same value every week. So this is an arithmetic sequence. From this, we can find A, which is 1 km in first term. To find the common difference is term 2 minus term 1, which is 2 minus 1 equal to 1 km. Since the question say after 1 year 52 weeks, that means our position n is 52. To find the total length of road, we use sum. According to formula, Sn equal to n over 2 open bracket 2a plus open bracket n minus 1 close bracket d close bracket. So substitute the value into the formula. It will be as 15.2 equal to 15.2 over 2 open bracket 2 multiplied by 1 plus open bracket 15.2 minus 1 close bracket multiplied by 1. After the calculation, we got 26 multiplied by 15.3, which is equal to 1,378. So the total length of road paved by the crew after 15 weeks is 1,378 km. For B, we need to identify the key information. It say the initial value of the equipment is 100,000, so we can define this as our first term. At the end of the first year, the value decreased to 85,000, which is our second term. After we insert the information, we can find A, which is 100,000 in first term. To find common ratio R, terms 2 divided by terms 1, which is 85,000 divided by 100,000, equal to 0.85. Since the question was the end of the 4th year, our position n will be 5. So we use the formula, which is Tn equal to A times R to the power of n minus 1. Substitute the value into a formula. So T5 equal to 100,000 multiply upper bracket 0.85 close bracket to the power of 5 minus 1. After the calculation, we get 100,000 multiplied by 0.522, which gives us the final answer of 15,200 ringgit, 6.63 cents. That's all from us. Thank you.